Happy Friday and welcome back to another episode of the Friday Five. It is a busy summer Friday with some big things happening in the mortgage rate world, which we will get into right now. All right, let's jump into rates. So VA 30-year fixed down to 6.24%. FHA 30-year fixed down to 6.22%. Conventional 30-year fixed 6.63%. Conventional 15-year fixed, 5.95%, and conventional 7-year ARM, 6.12%. So we are down about 0.2% from last week. So what led to lower rates? So number two, here's what led to lower rates. First, the economic reports that came out earlier this week mostly came in either favorably or neutral to mortgage rates. On Tuesday, the jobs opening report was lighter than expected. On Wednesday, the Fed had its meeting held at its current rate level. On Thursday, PCE inflation reports were about on par with expectations, and the jobless claims were just under expectations. Then today, the big news happened. The BLS jobs report posted a big miss this morning, and the unemployment rate came in slightly higher than expected. And just the combination of those two reports coming in favorably or below the levels, below for the jobs and higher for the unemployment, those two items resulted in a pretty quick rally in mortgage-backed securities, prices going up, yields in mortgage-backed securities, and the 10-year dropping. 10-year treasuries now under 4.25%. And maybe this is the slide in rates that everyone in the housing industry and a lot of those homeowners out there that have 6, 7, 8% rates have been looking for and hoping for. Number three, what is the difference between an investment property and a second home? So a lot of people mix these two up, but lenders and the mortgage guidelines see them very differently. A second home is usually a vacation home. Has to be for your personal use, and it really can't be rented out full time. Typically, you'll get better interest rates and some lower down payment options on second home financing. But an investment property is bought to absolutely generate income. Think rental property, Airbnb, or even long-term tenants. These loans usually require more down payment, usually 20% or 25% if it's a multi-unit, and the rates are typically a little bit higher. So here's the key. If you're planning to rent it out all the time and have tenants lined up, it's not a second home, it's an investment. But if you're not sure how the property would be classified, feel free to reach out. I'll happily discuss it with you. And make sure you do it the right way, because if you lie about it, that's mortgage fraud. So make sure you classify it the right way. Number four, property taxes. Have you ever wondered how property taxes are actually calculated? So let me take just a minute to break it down for you. First, it all starts with your assessed value. And this is the value that the county or township, depending on where you live, has determined your house is worth. Now, this was usually a snapshot at one specific time. So here in Lehigh County, where I live, the assessment was done back in 2012 or 2013. So the assessed values aren't at all reflective. Like the dollar amount that they give is not reflective of what the current house value is for any property really in the county. But then you take that assessed value, and then you look at the millage rates. So it sounds fancy, but it's really just the amount of tax charged per $1,000 of assessed value. So here's your formula. Take your assessed value divided by 1,000 times your millage rate equals your property tax. In our area, you have millage rates for kind of three different taxes, usually the county, the municipal, and the school district. So here's a quick example. If your home is assessed at $250,000 and the millage rate is 20, then you take $250,000 divided by 1,000, that equals $250. And then you take that $250 times 20 equals $5,000 in annual property taxes. So different areas have different millage rates, different assessed values, and that's why two homes with the same price can have different taxes as well. So if you have questions about that, feel free to reach out. And number five, the quote of the week. This is from Sahil Bloom and his Curiosity Chronicles weekly newsletter. The worst mistakes in life are made when you try to do fast what's meant to be done slow. Real durable things take a long time to build. Careers, businesses, relationships, health. There are no hacks or shortcuts. The long way is the right way. So in our society, lots of people are looking for shortcuts, hacks, how to speed up processes and get to a destination faster. And a lot of times, the important things in life, you just got to do it the hard way and the slow way. Thanks for tuning in this week, friends. I hope you have a great weekend. If I can help you in any way, please reach out.